Hi, my name is Amitai. I served in Golani, which is infantry unit in the Israeli Defense Force. I later moved on to be a commander in the commander course for infantry units, and later I was a sergeant in that course. And that's it. I just got released a month ago, and here to answer some questions today. So, being Israeli to me was always something simple because I've always been it. I don't know anything else. It's a connection to the country. It's a connection to the people, and it's a very strong tie to the community, to the country. The thing I love about it is just having, not just here, not just anywhere, just perfect stranger encounters, you know? And you talk to them because you know that you're never going to see them again. You have the openness that you never had the courage to. And I feel like here that happens a lot, and it's a beautiful thing. Like when I go with my friends to the Kinneret and things like that. You're sitting on a beach there, and you just have people. You end up sitting mixing groups. And this is the thing from it's nothing to do with the army, nothing with anything. You just is you sit with them, you share life stories and things. You have like one night stands of honesty. The connection here is somehow just stronger and closer. But the army is something unique, and I feel like it might even be the same instance in America, but here I guess it's a little more personal to every Israeli citizen because it touches them close to heart. It's something that everybody has to give, and you feel like that's something special. Right now, you go to school, you don't feel the imminent threat that's on the country, and it's a great thing, and that's what I want to do. I mean, that's not what you have in the front of your consciousness every day, but it's something that hits you every now and again, and you're like,
right on.
damn, fuck all the props that I'm getting for being in the army. It's not as important as what I'm actually doing.
Right. It's what you do.
Yeah.
That's important.
You realize it's above you, and as soon as you realize that what you're doing is above you, and you stop worrying about yourself. It seems weird that I would admit this, and it's something that everybody thinks they're the only person who thinks this when they're doing it. It goes through everybody's mind. You say you're doing whatever you're doing. You say, okay, maybe if I fake an injury, maybe if I just fall on the floor and I'll pass out, then I won't have to do this anymore. It feels so hard that those thoughts, you can't help them. They creep into your mind, and you're so tempted. You just want to do it so badly. Then you look to your right and you see the person who's suffering more than you, and you see a person to your right and behind you who's even smaller than you, and you know it's got to be even harder for him. And you say, fuck this shit. I'm going to be a strong person, one of the many strong people here who's just going to push everybody through this. And it's stuff like this that and after you accomplish one of these things, you feel so
one of what?
You feel like a part of a group, a part of a purpose. And it's the most amazing thing that I don't think I can relate. I can't put into words. At the end of it, you hug your friends, and it's just a pure moment of ecstasy. And you feel accomplishment like nothing else, because you know that you can, it's something you never knew you can do, and that's the beauty of it. Believe it or not, in the unit I'm in it's the unit that's basically has one of the hardest ranked, training courses the year and 4 months in the army,
right?
That has to offer. And there's people there that you wouldn't believe on them if you saw them out there, that they were in there. And these guys that are like
my size.
Yeah, no, smaller than you, trust me. And they go through it, and they give you strength. You give yourself strength, and
It's really like a feeding.
yeah, if one person crumbles, everybody crumbles. So my identity, I don't feel like it's changed. It's just been enhanced in a certain sense. It's just I was always looking forward to it from a young age, to serve in the army and do my part. And as an Israeli, it's more of a rite of passage for men and women, and it's just it's a privilege, and it gave me a lot, and I learned a lot from it, and I'm grateful for that. Well, also the fun thing about the Israeli army is you get to know all sorts of different people from everywhere else in the country, and you get to know people you wouldn't have been exposed to in any other place, and it's great. And you're all thrown together in this stew of people, and it's a great feeling also just to get to know Israel and Israelis, and it's very meaningful. Getting through tough times, there's certain things that get you through, which are the small things. It's friends, family, different stuff like that. Looking at pictures of the times that were less shitty, so to speak. But when it comes down to it, the main struggle is to try and keep the bigger picture in mind, which is just knowing what you're doing it for. And it's elusive. It's hard to keep that in perspective sometimes when things get really hard, but that's why you're there to begin with, and I tried to keep that in mind wherever I went. So it's a weird position in many ways, because you won't always be doing things that you'll agree with in the army. There's a lot of gray areas, and that's life here. It's a whole lot of gray matter, but in the end of it, you try to keep a more simplistic view of you do what you have to do. You have to put your trust in the government that you have and know that they have the best interest in mind. Given that, you try and take the most moral way you can take, but beyond that, you're a soldier, and it's your duty to do what you need to do what you're told to do.